Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the LRS Indy series here, round 3, St. Petersburg. Let's actually go down to the place that we're at today. We're gonna take a look at these drivers getting ready. The St. Petersburg race track, the street race, street circuit, but we have seen Indy race before last season, also the season prior. With season 1, of course, not having Indy. Season 2 was the introduction to Indy. And Violet Sky won here in St. Petersburg. Season 3 was Dorikoto, and that was also the one with the biggest crash in LRS so far. And that was an 11-car, I think it was a 7-car DNF. 7 cars crashed and were out of the race, and Dorikoto was the one leading and did not even notice that all of that was happening. Now, let's take a look back. As Yesop puts a time already of already getting ready as Zach also trying to get the car up to speed. Meanwhile, already joining the track to get the car to speed as well. And this, it's with every street circuit, they bite back, and this is not the last time we're going to be seeing this circuit. We're going to be seeing this circuit again next season. Or not next season. We're going to be seeing this circuit later this season with GT, as they're going to be racing in St. Petersburg for the Florida race. And it's going to be the one before the Laguna Seca Legends. And Yesa put the time on 57.067. KL6 beating it as well. Does not get up higher. How about Zach? He gets second. Milo fell third. Scotty joins the top 5. Sundown pole position. And Jimmy Fuego is joining in on the party here. How about Creative? Gets in the top 5. How about Silas? While again, the number 26 dude gets all the way up to 6th place. And so far, this is looking insane. Lins, who was in 3rd, but got pushed down by Purple, who takes 3rd place. Miu now in 3rd place. And this is going to be very interesting, as we're going to see a massive split between 56th and 57th. Laps here on this circuit are short, but they're fun. Let's take a look at other things here. See how other people are doing here. And so far, no DNFs, no crashes here in the qualifying session, which I was afraid of. An Acetones going again on the podium, trying to hit that, trying to go for that podium position, and maybe even want to get to the front spot and get the victory, because the Canadian driver is still looking for the very first victory under the name, and the Creative in 4th. Explorer in 5th, and now this is where it gets interesting, because Explorer is a very, very talented driver, but Wager is showing us how fast the number 15 can go. Wow! In rookie season, managing to outdo like a good amount of drivers here in just the first part of the qualifying session. And I think that's all of them already submitted, yeah. So far, most of them have submitted their record. Jim Fuego over here coming over to the starting line again. The start finish straight. No improvement on his end. Silas also trying to improve on his end. Melissa's gonna head to the pits. It looks like he ain't. Yeah, he's gonna keep going. Let's see what the Canadian can pull off. Stays on 17th. With less than half a minute remaining. Let's quickly take a look at something also very important. This is actually very important. With 3 drivers all tied on 2nd, with T Sundown Silas with 11 points. Blue the Demon gets on top here with 12 points heading into, of course, as we're here in St. Petersburg. That's the score he went heading into here. So it gives him a lot of confidence. And also with Dorikoto in the top 5 as well, a champion from previous season, from seasons prior. Violet Sky also looking to get high up on the list. Purple also there, and Icy for a rookie season doing very well here, and especially for South as well. Creative also finally showing up a bit more in the top 10. And for Blue, this is great, not only driver-wise, but also team-wise, as Phantom is leading the standings in team effort with 25 whooping points, the same amount as his driver number. Gambu in second with 18, Rapid in third with 17, MVMT of Racing with 13, Team Tanya with the 11, Sprasico Racing with 9 points, a 6th place, Oriental, 9 Bug, both tied with 3, Double 5 with only 2 points, and Saint Cold Racing with a 0. Although now is kind of the time that you should be a slight bit worried about that, because we are about to be heading into like some major races where points have to be crucial, and there's no elimination thing for teams, only for drivers, and there are a lot of drivers with 0 points. Let's take a look back here, and one of the drivers with 0 points is I think Shiny's one of them that has 0 points on the board. So they gotta step up. They gotta step up if they really wanna become a victorious driver here. Looking at Yesap here, 27th place. Not a good result right here for the red car. Gets it to the pits. Also, another thing for the Indy Series for Atlanta, which officially was round 2, is not going to be St. Petersburg. A lot of things are going to be shuffling, but at a certain point in the season, the Indy drivers will be heading towards Germany to race in, I think, the Ring or something along the lines of that. It's one of the German oval circuits, and we did some testing there, and it is insane. We have seen some 4-wide action going on there. So, of course, what's that fun about 4-wide action? It's kind of reminiscent to Pocono, so it'll be very funny if we go from Pocono to Pocono. But that'll be a bit too repetitive. So if Pocono was round 5, then maybe the German circuit will be round 10. As we have less than 1.5 minutes remaining, or we're about to have less than 1.5 minutes remaining. There's not that many laps left, so this is the BD lap for multiple drivers, including Artie here, 27th place. And he's already struggling with his own team, let alone trying to get himself here as a driver to get up in the standings. With Kamikaze Racing not doing that well in sports car and in stock car, over here he has to be way more active if he wants to get that spot. Sundial also 2nd place, looking towards the 1st place. Cross the line, let's see if there's gonna be an improvement. None. It's the BD left for Sundial as well, 2nd place, as Wager's in the pit, so this could be a crucial moment to really improve and ruin the party for the number 15. Finally, Sky coming over to the left turn over here. With Sundial in 2nd, it could be a back-to-back victory if that driver can do it, but no, T spoils the party. Out of all drivers, T is the one spoiling the party as the qualifying session will come to an end. We're going to be looking at the main drivers cross the line before we're going to be starting the race. T puts Wager into absolute frustration, as I would not be surprised if the number 15 driver is smacking their wheel out of pure rage. That is incredible. T with a 56.426. And let's see if anyone else can also do a shocker right here. So I'm taking a look at the top 10. Let's see if there's going to be any major improvements on the front of the field. It's mostly the back of the field. Well, yeah, the top 10 is more important because that's where you get yourself some points. You see lots of drivers heading into the pits. Blue kind of slipping over there. But will that be good enough for him to get into the top 10? No. What about Violet? No improvement either. That is it. The qualifying session is come to an end. We're looking at T, Wager Sun, Dow KL60, Silencers, top 5, 6 lights. We are going green. 14 laps here at St. Petersburg. As we're gonna go into lap 2, there's a massive crash and Wager involved in a crash as well. Oy, oy, oy. What's going on? Massive pileup over there. Massive pileup and nobody knows how to drive that section. Oy, 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 and Acetone standing still. Oh no, this is horrible. Oh Jesus. Oh, this is not good. What's going on? Half of the grid is stuck on the field now. Oh, this is to be cancelled. This race is to be cancelled. Lots of drivers heading into the pits, and I don't know if they are going to be able to continue racing. If there's going to be, we're looking at Blue right now, if there's going to be a crash as well in the exact same section, then the race will be cancelled. Oh, that's like 6-7 cars over there. So it is clear, it is safe, but that is very unfortunate. So looking at Tyrone here. And there's still a lot of cars crashed over there. DNF'd over there. 10 cars total. Let's see if there's going to be one more wreck from the top 10 drivers, then we will cancel the race. But looks like everything is fine. It's just so unfortunate that there's so many cars. There's like, yes, let me see, 7 DNFs. So it is the same amount as some drivers were able to recover from the crash and come back onto the racetrack. That's good at least. At least we don't have a massive group of drivers with DNFs, but Wager out. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but he's still within the battle. KL6 is leading the field right here. Luckily, it's not half of the grid, or else if it was half of the grid, the race would have been canceled easily. But luckily, it is not. There are still some cars stuck there, but they are not obstructing the race here. It's really going to be concentrating on that race's status. We're looking at Pluto here. 7th place at number 14. Ellie about to get closer to Purple right here. Purple getting closer to Silas. And Silas putting up a defense. And this is going to put Purple on a tough situation as he's pretty much getting sandwiched right now. As Silas keeps defending his spot. Meanwhile, Ellie is trying to get ahead of Purple, and Purple trying to hold her back as well. Oh, and that was a chance for Pluto right there. It looks like, yeah, it's still 7 DNFs. As you see, Acetone's, it says plus these amount of laps. And it'll keep ramping up, and that means like they're the ones with the interval, pretty much. Oh. Hold on. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Genesis is able to get the car started. Lap 6:14. Genesis back into the race. That is incredible. I've never seen that. I have never seen. I've been doing LRS for a year at this point. We're like what? 30 seasons, 35. Yeah, we're about to be 35 seasons in. I have never seen that. That is majestic. That is a story to be told to the others. Bernashi gets really close to Zach. Had to get on the brakes before it was going to be a bumper to rear bumper contact. And so far, Skill Cease is leading. It's an Ackerman up front. And 2 Phantoms in the top 3. Now Tyrone going for the overtake on Pluto on the inside. Turn 1, gets way earlier on the brakes. Hard on the inside. Tries to sling around and now gets ahead of Pluto. That is good. So about to be heading lap 9. So far, Motor Habit race already led by Chaos 6. And still lots of DNFs on the field. Lots of drivers stuck in the pits. Some drivers are on the field, not able to drive around and just completely idle. It looks like Genesis did not. It looks like Genesis' car stopped working. No, it ain't. Okay, so it's just Genesis' pace is just not there. Understandable as well. I mean, they got into a 7-car crash, which became a 6-car crash now. And still, it is one of the biggest ones. It's in St. Petersburg. The massive pileup, which surprisingly a lot of drivers did come out of unscathed and also able to drive back in. But some drivers, they just couldn't get out of the crash and DNF'd. And those ones are still Dacia, Wager, Scotty, Jimmy Fuego, Critical, Paco, and Denny Alistair, which is extremely unfortunate, especially for Wager, who was looking to get a top 3 here today in the racetrack. Purple playing it safe here. Lap 11, 3 more laps to go. Or sorry, 4 more, sorry. Spot on 12th place. Blue Demons, unfortunately, is not going to be able to continue with the championship lead here. But he will be able to finish, and that's important. Two battles going on here. One with Alien Purple and another one with Lindsay Blue. Both of them kind of taking the same approach. A bit more calm but strategic approach to attacking, pretty much. Looks like Isis is trying to pull off a move on Explore. Lap 13. 2 more laps to go. This is the battle I was talking about earlier with Icy and Explorer. The question is, when will Icy attack? This is not the first time I've seen Icy go ridiculously close to a bumper. We've seen Icy do that as well in Kansas with the crash with Tyrone and the Explorer, while Icy literally was just away by like a few inches from that bumper. There's a battle with white flag. 1 more lap to go. It is looking great for KL6. It is looking great for T. Looking at the second place. As long as he can hold back Sundial, that second is his. He has a chance. Couldn't get on the gas fast enough. Driving the same car as well. Both driving an Ackerman. Either way, it's about to wave the black and white checkered flag. It is a great driver. Of course, a championship winning driver. It's KL6 winning here at St. Petersburg. T coming home second, Sundial in third, Maya Lavelle coming home in 4th place, very good result. Miguel in 5th, Tori Cota coming home in 6th, Tyrone in 7th, Blue in 8th, Silence and Lion in purple, 10, making it the top 10 here at St. Petersburg at today's race. That crash was chaotic. That crash was extremely chaotic. But I'm surprised that Scotty was able to finish. That's insane. So that means, yeah, a 5-car DNF then. A 5-car crash. As Vapas is the last one to cross the line. That would be the entire race for today. Top 10, it was Kale6T, Sundown, Mylevel, Miyu, Dorikoto, Tyrone, Pluto, Silas, and Purple. So we're going to take a look at the standings. It is T leading the championship with 21 points. Sundown second with 19, Dorikoto in third with 15. Silas with 13, Kale6 with 12, Blue Demon with 12, Mylevel with 10, Purple and Violet Sky both with 9. Acetones with 8, Mew and Icy both with 7, Danny and Creative both with 6, Renachi, Tyrone both with 4, Pluto with 3, Scotty with 2, Artie with 1, Wapples, and still a good amount of drivers with 0. It's about to go next to Iowa Speedway. And let's see who is going to get themselves the victory there. And hopefully not a massive crash. So until then, we'll see.